Have you ever noticed how Spanish speakers will pronounce sprite as esprite? Why is that? And it's not just that word, but other words too. Like school and study will become eschool, estudy. What's going on? Well, it all has to do with phonotactics, the rules for which a language can put consonants and vowels together to make words. Now, English has pretty lax phonotactics. You're generally allowed to jam a bunch of consonants around a single vowel. Take the word strengths, for example. But Spanish is a bit more restrictive in its phonotactics. You're not allowed to start a word with the letter S followed by another consonant. Since a word like sprite violates Spanish phonotactics, speakers must go through something called phonotactic repair, which is the way in which speakers will adapt or change a word in order to fit the language's phonotactics. In Spanish, speakers have subconsciously come up with a pretty easy solution. Since sp can't come at the beginning of a word, just add a vowel in front. And now, the sp combo isn't at the beginning. In fact, this process was pretty regular historically, which is why Latin words like spiritus, studium, and scala became Spanish words like espiritu, estudio, escala. And what's super cool is that since every single language has different phonotactics, they'll all perform phonotactic repair differently. For example, Arabic phonotactics is typically fine with having 2 consonants in a row, but 3 consonants is considered one too many. So you'll often hear Arabs pronounce sprite as sprite. But Japanese, for example, has extremely restrictive phonotactics. With a few exceptions, you always have to follow every consonant with a vowel. So a word like sprite becomes superaito. And English isn't immune from this either. Sometimes we borrow words from other languages that violate our phonotactics. The only difference is that our phonotactic repair strategy typically doesn't involve adding vowels, but dropping consonants. For example, Greek is fine with starting words with ps, and Japanese is fine with starting words with ts. But English phonotactics forbid both of those, which is why when we borrowed these words from those languages, we dropped the initial letter. Psychology, tsunami. And this happens way more often than you might think.